Alrighty then, here we are. Welcome back to Clash of the Titans Round 4, game number 5 between Lovecheng and Lojza. The score currently tied up at 2 apiece in what has been quite a back and forth series. Of course, this last game now will be Arabia and it will be Mirror Civilizations. Down to the south of the map, in blue, we have got RVK Lojza playing as the Britons. Up to the north, in red, we've got CKF Lovecheng, also, of course, playing as the Britons, as this is Mirror Civs. So, hopefully, this game is going to be pretty fun. I mean, Britons are kind of a cool civilization. You don't see them that often in competitive, but I do love the Britons as a civilizations. Of course, as a civilization. Of course, they do have great archers, but they also have a reasonable boom because they do, of course, have cheaper TCs, and faster gathering from sheep does enable them to have a pretty solid Dark Age as well. So, Britons are a really fun civilization for sure. And this is pretty interesting. Lojza right now going straight over to Lovecheng, and I don't know why he's doing this, but he may decide to go and lame. He's actually heading pretty much directly towards Lovecheng's boar right now. He's actually just gonna miss it, and I think, you know, he's looking for a boar to steal right now, and potentially could do that. Of course, here we go. That's his large main gold pile. And he is looking. Of course, Lovecheng will take the boar on the front first. So if Lojza doesn't find it, then the boar at the back is going to be pretty hard to lame. In which case, it's not going to pay off for Lojza at all. And he might be in a bad position as he's not really scouted his own base that much. So here we go, looking for that boar, but it looks like Lovecheng's going to get it. Not a problem at all for him. In it comes, and Lojza's going to come to the back. Maybe he'll see the boar at the back, though. I think he might. There it is. Will he lame it? That is the question. Because if he does, at this kind of high level, that could make quite a difference. He turned back, but no. Going to head straight around the back of Lovecheng's base. And this is interesting. It's not the kind of play you'd expect to see, but oh, going to steal a sheep. That's a nice one. I wonder if he's going to send it back to him or not. Is he going to be a gentleman? Of course not. After that game versus Tim, where it was just the king of laming, he will indeed steal that sheep. Interesting that he's not stole his boar, though, because you'd think, well, if he was intending to steal or scout his opponent so early, that he would go for it, but so far, no real indicator of that at all, and Lojza just going to steal a sheep for now, but Lovecheng potentially going to get that back. It depends if he scouts around there or not. Is Lojza just going to be an annoyance? I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's certainly not scouting around his base, and that can be a problem because he's only found one boar right now. So probably going to head back home. And if he doesn't head back home, well, I have no idea. But having a very good idea of his opponent's base right now could mean that he's intending to drush. I mean, we're seeing 4 villagers on wood at the moment, and a villager going over here on this right side, most likely to put a house down and take that boar. But, oh, wait, never mind, he's already got 2 boar. He's found them both. I take that back. I actually didn't think he'd found both of them, but I didn't notice he's already got one under his TC. So, there we go. He's absolutely fine. But, you know, this could mean that he's planning to drush a little bit. Obviously, scouting your opponent's base so early can be a sign of that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he will. It's just, yeah, kind of odd that he would send all of his scouting efforts straight over to his opponent first. Very unusual to see that. Unless you're, of course, intending to steal. So, 2 boars in for both of them right now. Lovecheng seemingly getting a little bit further ahead. He's got just 1 boar left. And Lojza letting a little bit go to waste right here. But of course, Lojza so far in this tournament playing on land much better. And I've got to say, if we have a look at his map, it's certainly not too bad at all. These trees right here make a very good chance for a wall off across the front. And of course, on this left side, it would make it very easy for him to wall it. Whereas Lovecheng's gold, it's on the front, and that of course would make it a little bit harder for him to take gold, and perhaps make Lojza play quite aggressively. We'll have to wait and see, but I think Lojza can be quite an aggressive player, so, I mean, it's certainly possible that he will do that, and I think, really right now, looking at Lovecheng's base, Lojza's going to be pretty comfortable with, oh, hang on, he could have killed his scout there, never mind. They're going to be pretty comfortable with doing a fast feudal and going with archers, because he knows that Lovecheng's going to have a tough time taking gold on the front right here. So Lojza's map is really nice at this stage. You know, the gold on the front, it's a downside, but at the same time, he could quite easily defend that if he walls out a bit in a bit of an arc here. That he could keep that quite safe, and you know, it is on a hill, but it's better than Lovecheng's gold, which is right out on the front here, and you know, going to be very easily attacked by any archers that might come nearby. So Lojza up to feudal. Lovecheng just about to click up. He's got exactly 500 food. Just researching a loom right now. 23 population, going up to feudal age. Lojza on 22, and with a tiny advantage in terms of upgrade time. Now let's see if Lojza actually sends many villagers over to gold here. It's kind of interesting because, you know, he did scout out so early, but right now not adding any villagers to gold, so you know, he's probably gonna add them a little bit later, but for now just keeping on that food income, and perhaps gonna go for a very big push in feudal, maybe with some skirms first, and then adding archers in after. Barracks on the front here though, so it's going to secure the gold behind it, and if you want to kind of wall across to keep this gold nice and safe. But he will hit the feudal age first. But what is this? Lovecheng coming forwards with 5 villagers right now, perhaps intending to put a tower up on the front of Lojza's base somewhere. Having a look at his scouting, he knows that there's wood right here. He knows that Lojza's gold is on the front. And Lovecheng, if he puts a tower on the top, could be in a really nice position. But of course, Lojza, oops, accidentally had Vulacock. Lojza has seen that coming. He has scouted it, and he's well aware of what is on the way. Of course, Lojza up to feudal first as well, which means archery range down, house down here as well. And he might get the archers out before Lovecheng can really do all that much. And Lovecheng, if he's forced back, going to waste a lot of villager time here, and that is not ideal. Of course, Lojza going to get that archery range up in just a second. No villagers onto gold just yet, but he'll probably start sending them over there now, and really going to be in a nice position, I feel, if Lovecheng doesn't really manage to do that much here. 2 archery ranges expected. But of course, Lovecheng more idle time here. So Lojza is very well aware of what's going on. But with this forwards that Lovecheng is doing, he will of course be able to secure this gold a little bit better, which is kind of what he wants to do. So let's see. Skirmishes coming out for both of them right now. Lovecheng seemingly with very little food income at the moment. Only 2 villagers on berries and 4 on farms. Not a lot of food income at all. We could perhaps expect to see a tower over here to cover the gold. And if Lojza reacts well to this, he could be in a good position. But of course, if it doesn't really work out too well for him, it's going to be pretty tough. Might even kill off this skirmisher here. He's already killed off Lovecheng's scout, so killing off that skirmisher wouldn't be too difficult for him either. And we can see Lovecheng right now coming forwards with the mining camp. It's going to mean one thing, and that one thing is, of course, going to be towers. Is Lojza going to be able to defend it? Is he going to be prepared? Well, numbers-wise, they are very even right now. Lojza coming forwards with villagers as well. And this is what you want from an Arabia war. Lots of nice aggression, villagers getting involved. And of course, if Lovecheng loses too many villagers here, he's going to face a counterattack. And with his military production building so far forwards, might be pretty hard for him to defend back at home. Lojza getting really involved with those villagers there, then trying to kill whatever villagers he can from Lovecheng. But interestingly enough, no tower from Lovecheng just yet. And at the moment, just 2 archery ranges from both. And skirmishers out. Lovecheng going a little bit risky here, though. A lot of villagers coming forwards. Of course, they do make quite a good meat shield, in a sense, for skirmishers. But even so, attacking with villagers might end up losing more than he really bargained for. But then again, could still put an end to Lovecheng's forward here. And this is, like, really sort of cool play. This is like what you kind of want to see in Arabia. So Lojza going to get back. Going to be careful not to lose too many villagers here if he can help it. Lovecheng sent back as well for the time being. Looks like he's going to chase those villagers down where he can, and neither of them taking gold just yet. So really interesting playstyles. Lojza though 41 population, Lovecheng on 35. Still villagers gathering stone on the left side right here, which is kind of interesting because of course, that stone is going to give Lovecheng the opportunity to build some towers. Lovecheng perhaps looking for some villagers here as well, but I think they're going to be too far away to hit, so it's going to be quite tough for him to do that, but might just intercept these villagers here. Never mind, he stopped on the hill, kind of a bit of a mistake for him, and Lojza now coming forwards with these villagers. He is going to wall it up, and these archery ranges are going to be completely useless once they're palisaded around, so Lojza is going to be in such a nice position here. He's already got the numbers advantage, it seems, in terms of skirmisher count, and it looks like he's heading straight over to Lovecheng's army here, in which case he will be able to clear them up. And that's not going to be a problem for him at all. Certainly has the numbers that he needs right there to chase those skirmishers down. Walling up these archery ranges at the front, and Lovecheng going to lose so many resources in terms of wood lost, with these two archery ranges here. So Lojza is going to be in a great position here. Lovecheng losing a lot of skirms, and Lojza can probably sit back and go up to the castle age in just a moment, as Lovecheng going to have no military production, going to be forced to try and wall up at home. And that is never an ideal situation to be in at all. Lovecheng, though, going to try and pick off these villagers if he can. They are quite low on health, but Lojza should have the numbers, as I said, to kill off the skirmishers from Lovecheng here. Got to be very careful not to lose these villagers, though, otherwise he might not be able to wall these archery ranges up. That one may just die, I don't know, because Lojza is closing the gap once again. And man, Lovecheng is in a really bad position here. Tower going up on the gold, though. But if he doesn't palisade around it, Lojza could quickly take it out. There's the palisades, though, so he is well prepared. And these two archery ranges, as I say, going to get palisaded up. And that's GG in terms of military production. This tower, though, it's going to cover some of this gold. But if Lojza does put the mining camp on this side, might be able to defend. Might just be able to do it. That watchtower gonna go up. Let's see what it can hit, though. Lojza are gonna get a notification right now. Ding ding. Villagers under attack. Not ideal, but he has got a gold over here, remember. I don't think he scouted it, though, which is unfortunate. Oh, put view lock on. I keep doing that. Lojza now with a counter attack, though. Straight over to Lovecheng's base. +1 attack is done. And, okay, I thought he was going to go forwards, but no, coming back right now. And Lojza not going up to the castle age, but he is starting to add in archers. So if he does go over to Lovecheng's base, could very quickly pick off villagers. Lovecheng now transitioning to scout cavalry. A good decision to make when your opponent has mostly got skirms, but you can't underestimate the fact that Lojza is starting to make archers now, and they will make very short work of the light cavalry, or scout cavalry even, if they get massed up enough. So we could see quite an extended feudal war here. Of course, Lovecheng with those scouts going to be spending a lot of resources on that. Also another archery range back home. And Lojza is getting well ahead in population at this stage. Lots of archers coming out. Well, there were lots of archers coming out. He's stopped production of that right now. And perhaps he's scouted that stable as well. Yeah, he has. Scouting that stable, of course, and adding in a spearman to the mix for good measure. A couple of spearmen there. Going to make very quick and short work of these scout cavalry if he engages with those spearmen right there. Both of them walking past each other for now. Lojza knows he's on being chased, but maybe he can catch him out with the spears here. If Lovecheng doesn't pay attention, these spears are going to absolutely wreck the scouts. And they're getting in there. Lovecheng not noticing just yet, and the scout's going to go down very quickly, very quickly if he's not careful, and not managing to really do all that much damage at all there. But a second tower from Lovecheng right now. Lojza going to be trying to get that tower up in defense as quickly as he can. Could lose a couple of villagers. Obviously these towers doing quite a bit of damage right here. There's the tower, and if he can actually defend against this now, he should be okay. He could stop this tower from going up. But he's still got to be careful. He's still got to take this tower out and secure his gold. Getting into the back of Lovecheng's eco here, though. Lovecheng putting up yet another tower, but villagers going down. And if he focuses down the villagers building this tower, he could do quite a bit of damage, but it will be tough. That tower will go up, and Lojza will be forced to retreat there. And this is a really messy game, the kind of games that I really like to see at this stage of the tournament. Of course, Lovecheng's still taking quite a bit of stone here, but no more stone to build a tower just yet. And Lojza building that camp on the right side, as I said, able to take stone or gold even in peace. Both of them looking very close in terms of resources right now. Lojza with a little bit more gold in the bank, stopping military production as well right now, so really trying to go for the castle age here. And Lovecheng, again, doing the same. But I think Lojza's probably going to beat him up to the castle age at this rate. Lojza so on the ball here. These villagers getting taken out as soon as they try and build that watchtower there. So not missing a beat so far. Lojza playing excellently this game. And I just think that it's going to be very tough for Lovecheng to get up to the castle age in a good time when you've got Lojza already on the way. And with so much more military out, if we have a look at the population, 66 to 45, Lojza's upgrades are going to be coming in, and they're going to be really well upgraded units very quickly at this rate. So much wasted resources on these forward archery ranges as well. Lojza continuing to add in those archers right now. Gold mining being researched. Horse collar as well. And obviously, you know, going to have the opportunity here to make a huge push once he gets up to the castle age, which will be very shortly. Coming in as well. Able to take out those palisades pretty quickly. Pardon me, pretty quickly. Keeping the pressure on at the back. And right now, probably going to be able to hit these villagers as well if he wants. Can he hit them? Oh, very close. But once again, going to take out another palisade. And Lovecheng, under the pressure, feeling the burn right now as Lojza is getting in there. But oh dear, Lovecheng coming in right now from the back. Is he going to be able to fight this though? I don't know, because there are spearmen involved here. Of course, this scout's going to be great against the skirmishers. Lojza needs to micro well to focus down the archers at the back, get the spears in there to kill those scouts off. And it looks like Lojza is just going to come out on top here. But the scout's doing really good work against these skirms. Of course, archers into the mix as well. That spearman killing those scouts so quickly. And oh dear, Lovecheng just lost once again pretty much his entire army, which is really bad news for him. Very little military production and very little army. Going into the castle age, Lojza is going to be in such a great position right here. Focusing down this palisade, will he get it up in time? Well, most likely going to get the tower up before the palisade goes down. It's going to be a close call, but Lojza is going to try and get in there. Of course, Lovecheng being able to put up a good enough defense and actually trapping Lojza in with a house. Oh dear, Lojza. Absolutely trapped. That tower, really nice play right there by Lovecheng. Very, very well played. You're going to absolutely kill all of these units here. There's no way that Lojza's going to get out of there. And I've got to say, brilliant play from Lovecheng. Even though he's going down, even though it's not going his way right now, still pulling off that kind of move. Really interesting stuff. Good stuff. Almost up to castle, but Lojza's on his way forwards. And Lovecheng probably going to see that there, because he did have those stone walls down. So he might have just seen that coming in. But of course, +2 attack and range is done. +3 range, of course, because it is Britons. And Lojza going to get in here. Can he do the damage? That's the question. Lovecheng, really very little army right now, but lots of towers to defend his eco. As this tower continues to kill the skirmishers, it's kind of funny because Lojza's patrolling this back and forth to stop it from dying, which is quite amusing. Lojza, though, right in at the front right here, and Lovecheng's not looking so good. Second TC going up for Lojza right now, starting to take more stone. He can almost afford a third siege workshop for good measure as well. And he's just really looking to do the damage here, but Lovecheng is really defending quite well. But I'm seeing the same mistakes from him yet again. Lots of villagers on gold, a real big bank starting to pile up right there. And for 2 archery ranges making crossbows, that is way too many villagers on gold. And this is what Lovecheng had before. And that is what really started to cost him in the last game. So I think, you know, with that amount of villagers on gold, he really needs to reshuffle his economy a little bit here. And really try and work it out. Lovecheng as well, only on the 1 TC still. Lojza, however, already on 2. About to go up to a third in just a moment's time. In fact, he can afford to right now, easily. Keeping that production up as well. Lots of military out for Lojza right now. 25 ranged units. And Lovecheng with 16, certainly starting to fall behind. But Lojza can't really touch him at this stage. He's really struggling to get in there past that TC. Once again, though, so much gold income for Lovecheng right now. Getting very messy on that gold pile. Really needs to take other gold where he can. This villager starting to take down this watchtower slowly but surely. And Lojza right now, I had it on the wrong view. Trying to push in at the front, still trying to find what he can right here. And I can't believe these villagers, they've been here this entire time. It's quite amusing. Looks like this tower will go down though. Eventually, you'd think. Lojza's third TC just going up as well. Second TC is almost up for Lovecheng, just up there. But Lojza's still getting a little bit ahead in terms of eco. This tower could go down right now as well. Maybe we'll see a fourth TC as well. You know, he can afford it right now. He has the wood for it. He has the stone for it. But really just working on building a bit of an eco right now to get a good sort of almost base to start from. Is this villager going to die? I think it is. I think Lovecheng's going to keep this tower up. Man, I'm surprised that he's actually kept that tower up for so long. Very surprised indeed. Third TC going up for Lovecheng right now. And as I said, a lot of gold in the bank, but plenty of crossbows coming out, so he is still spending that at least. But walling up with stone right now, making it a little bit more difficult for Lojza. But Lojza's coming forward with a mangonel. And he is most likely going to try and take down this TC right here. A university at the back for Lovecheng, so likely to go for ballistics fairly soon. But this mangonel at the front, Lovecheng has no siege workshop, and he hasn't really got that much military in compared to Lojza right now. So, if Lojza comes forwards with the mangonel, he could take out this TC from Lovecheng, which would be huge. Lovecheng coming forwards with his crossbows though, looking to take out what eco he can from Lojza here. And if he gets into the back, he could start picking off villagers over here very easily indeed. Of course, Lojza not really going to have too much to defend with that. So far, this mangonel not really doing all that much though. And no real indication if he was going to go for the TC on the front. Lovecheng coming in with his crossbows. He's going to have to run through this TC, but if he does run through it, the benefits of that are going to be huge. If he runs these crossbows through here, that's going to be massive. Of course, he can't get through here just yet because it's blocked off by trees, but these trees are almost going to make a passageway through. But oh, Lojza getting out the mangonel at just the right time, and Lovecheng going to be unable to do that. The TC under fire right now as Lojza attacks that with his mangonel. And of course, Lojza not really going to be touched at all right now either. Mangonel, got to be careful. Against Britons, mangonels are pretty tough to micro because of course they are outranged by the crossbows. They have 8 range, the mangonel has 7. So mangonel not really going to be able to do all that much. But at the same time, Lojza's going to keep hammering away at Lovecheng's TCs right here. And his score is really starting to accelerate ahead at the moment. Let's have a quick look. 1, 2, 3 TCs for Lovecheng. Siege Workshop just going up as well for good measure. And Lojza on the 1, 2, 3 TCs, but about to click up to the Imperial Age. He's going to do it. Putting up a university right there. Going to go up to Imperial. And, you know, we're going to see Arbalest coming out straight away. We are going to see... well, possibly going to see longbows as well. Lovecheng way, way away from the Imperial Age. No farms in sight at all, really. And it's looking so bad for Lovecheng right now. As Lojza makes the click to Imperial. He is going to be so far ahead once he reaches that stage. And, you know, he's got to be very careful. Arbalest, a few capped rams, for instance, could do a lot of damage. And Lovecheng right now, forced off of these farms, he's got so little food income. He's not going to be able to afford Imperial for a long while. Which, of course, for him is pretty damn unfortunate. Lojza got to be careful, though. Mangonel out for Lovecheng right here. But if he micros well, can take it out with his crossbows very easily. Crossbows from Lovecheng coming in right now. Lojza, of course, with the mangonel here, though. But he is kind of trapped between the two. So, got to be very careful. Because if that mangonel starts to land a big shot, he will get caught out of position. What's Lojza going to do here? Go straight towards that mangonel. Split. Attack. Mangonel goes down. Push back in, unfortunately losing a few crossbows there for him. Both of them losing their mangonels. And Lovecheng going to fight downhill, of course. So Lojza going to lose this army right here. But you've got to bear in mind, Lovecheng nowhere near Imperial right now. And the Imperial Age upgrade for Lojza is so, so close. Making a lot of elite skirmishes right now. Adding in mangonels. Continuing to add in mangonels. crossbows as well for good measure, and more archery ranges up on the top. Perhaps we'll see a castle fairly soon, but right now, a lot of resources in the bank for Lojza, so much food and wood available to him. A lot of crossbows, skirmishes coming out, of course, and he's going to have a huge mass of army very shortly. And you know, Lovecheng, he only has crossbows at this stage, so it's going to be pretty tough. TC on the front for Lovecheng though, trying to secure this gold. Of course, he's been pushed off of this nearly the entire game. And Lojza now, up to the Imperial Age, he's going to get range on those crossbows. Going to make it even easier for him to take out Mangonels. Plus 4 range on that. Lojza, Bracer straight away. Arbalest straight away as well. And at the university, absolutely nothing yet out of gold. But Lojza going to be pushing in. And Lovecheng, no food at all. His food income is so bad. It has been for a long while. And yet again, so much gold income that he really just doesn't need at this stage. Really imbalanced economy has been costing him a lot this game so far. So there we go. Plus 2 defense, plus 3 attack, and plus 5 range on his Arbalest. Looks like Lojza's going to be able to push in right here, and Lovecheng's going to be able to do very little to stop him, losing a lot of army, and his score is falling so far behind, as Lojza's just going to start piling the pressure on now, as he continues to spam these Arbalests all day long. They're going to come forwards, and you know, when you don't have the range advantage, it is so tough. I mean, crossbows with plus 3 range against Arbalest with plus 5. It's just so hard to fight that, especially when they have attack upgrades as well. And now a castle on the front for Lojza. If this goes up, it's going to be GG for Lovecheng. There's absolutely no way you can do it. And Lovecheng says GG, and Lojza does it. Yet again, knocking out China's #1 and China's #2 in both rounds 3 and 4. Lojza guaranteed a high spot in this tournament then, and he will go through to the final qualification where, you know, he's got the potential to take home a huge cash amount. So Lojza playing so well. Lovecheng giving him a really good run for his money, but obviously Lojza's land play is much better at this moment in time. Anyway guys, I'm going to have to head off, so thanks a lot for watching. As usual, I've been Zach. Please press follow on the stream if you haven't already. And if you want to check out more commentary from me, youtube.com/ZeroEmpires. And that's pretty much it. Going to play one quick ad before I leave. Got to rush off, otherwise I'd chat for a bit longer. But I will see you guys very soon anyway for more Clash of the Titans. So I'll see you guys later.